Ladies and gentlemen, respect your own standards means you stop selling yourself short in every room you walk into. You stop shrinking to make others feel comfortable. Too many people lower their bar just to be accepted, thinking approval is a form of love. It's not. Approval is rented. Respect is earned, and you earn it first from yourself. If you wake up and compromise your values for convenience, for attention, for someone else's comfort, you're telling the world you're negotiable. You're telling them your price is cheap. You're telling them you'll take whatever they give you, even if it's less than you deserve. That's not confidence, that's self-abandonment dressed as humility. When you have standards, you have a filter. Not everyone gets in. Not every opportunity gets a yes. You don't eat at every table just because there's a seat. You don't accept every job just because it pays. You don't date every person who smiles at you. You choose where you belong because your time, energy, and heart are not clearance items. They're premium, and premium doesn't beg to be noticed. It commands respect by existing at its true value. Respecting your standards also means knowing them. Too many people can't list their own non-negotiables. They know what offends them in the moment, but they haven't decided what they will never, under any circumstances, allow. So life keeps sending them tests and they keep failing, not because they're weak, but because they've never sat down and said, this is my line, this is my limit, this is my worth. Without those boundaries, the world will write your story for you, and they'll use a pen with disappearing ink. This isn't about arrogance, it's about alignment. When you respect your standards, you naturally align yourself with people and situations that match them. You won't have to keep cutting off toxic people because they won't even get close enough to hurt you. They'll feel the quiet firmness of your boundaries and know they can't move them. And the people who are meant to be in your life will meet you at your level, or they'll rise to get there. It will get uncomfortable. You'll lose people, you'll pass on opportunities that look good but don't feel right. You'll spend some Friday nights alone instead of surrounded by people who drain you. But that's the tax you pay for self-respect. It's the proof that you value your life enough to protect it from anything that would cheapen it. And yes, it's hard at first, especially if you've built your identity around being liked, being available, being easy to work with. But the day will come when you look around and realize your life is full of people who value you exactly as you are, because you showed them how to. That starts with deciding right now that your worth is not a point of negotiation, and your standards are not up for sale. Protect your peace means you stop giving away your mental and emotional space like it's free real estate. It's not. It's the most valuable property you own, and if you let just anyone move in, they'll trash the place. People will bring their drama, their chaos, their insecurities, and dump it right in the middle of your mind, then walk away without cleaning up. And you'll be the one left sweeping up their mess while they're already offloading it on someone else. Protecting your peace is about guarding that space with the same intensity you'd guard your home, your money, your family. It's understanding that not everything deserves your reaction, not every battle is worth fighting, and not every invitation requires your attendance. There are people who live on conflict. They feed on it. If they're not creating it, they're chasing it. And if you're not careful, they'll pull you into their storm and call it connection. Protecting your peace means you stop volunteering for emotional roller coasters. You stop thinking you can fix every broken person and every broken situation. You accept that your energy is not endless, and if you spend it on chaos, you'll have nothing left for what actually matters. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care with boundaries. It means you recognize that some people are not looking for solutions. They're looking for someone to sink with them, and you refuse to drown. The hardest part of protecting your peace is saying no, not just the word, but the act. No to overcommitting, no to toxic conversations, no to gossip that poisons your mind, no to staying in places that feel heavy when you walk in, no to people who make you doubt your worth. Every no is a brick in the wall around your peace, and that wall isn't built to keep love out. It's built to keep poison out. People will call you selfish for building it. Let them. People who benefit from your lack of boundaries will always call your boundaries selfish. But the truth is, you can't show up as your best self for anyone if you're constantly drained, distracted, and defensive. Protecting your peace is also about controlling your inputs. What you watch, what you read, what you scroll past on your phone, these things are feeding your mind, shaping your mood, and affecting your outlook whether you realize it or not. You can't consume negativity all day and expect to feel positive. You can't surround yourself with cynics and expect to believe in your own dreams. It's not just about who you're around. It's about what you allow into your head and heart every single day. Your peace grows when you become intentional with your environment, when you curate your circle, when you decide that your inner calm is more important than anyone's opinion of you. Invest in your growth means you treat yourself like an asset, not an afterthought. You stop waiting for life to hand you opportunities and start creating them. Growth doesn't happen just because time passes. It happens because you decide to get uncomfortable, to challenge yourself, to learn things you don't know, and to do things you've never done. Too many people say they want more but live like they've already arrived. They repeat the same routines, surround themselves with the same voices, and consume the same ideas until they're trapped in a loop. Investing in your growth means you break that loop on purpose. It's not about overnight transformation. It's about consistent, deliberate steps that stretch you past the version of yourself you were yesterday. Every skill you build, every book you read, every challenge you take on, it all compounds. Just like money, growth earns interest, and the earlier you start, the more it multiplies. But the difference is, no one can steal this investment from you. They can take your job, your possessions, even your relationships, but they cannot take the knowledge you've earned, the resilience you've built, or the perspective you've developed. Those stay with you because you've put in the work to earn them. That's why the most valuable thing you can ever invest in is yourself. It's not always glamorous. Sometimes growth looks like studying at midnight when you'd rather sleep. Sometimes it's practicing your craft while no one is watching, no one is applauding, and no one even knows you're working. Sometimes it's choosing the hard conversation instead of staying quiet. Growth asks for patience, discipline, and sacrifice. It doesn't pay you back right away, but when it does, the return is massive. Investing in your growth also means upgrading your environment. If you keep putting yourself in spaces where you're the smartest, strongest, or most driven person, you'll stay exactly where you are. Growth happens when you place yourself around people who push you higher, not people who pull you back. It means finding mentors, seeking feedback, and being humble enough to know you don't know everything. It means refusing to get comfortable just because you've reached a certain level. Comfort is the enemy of progress. The people who achieve the most aren't always the most talented. They are the most committed to getting better. They treat every day as training, every failure as a lesson, every challenge as a gym for the mind and spirit. And the truth is, growth costs something. It costs time, it costs energy, it costs money. But the price of not growing is higher. Stagnation will rob you quietly, making you believe you're fine while the world moves forward without you. Investing in your growth is the only way to make sure you're not the same person a year from now as you are today. Choose you. Every time means you stop making yourself the sacrifice in every situation. You stop giving your last ounce of energy to people who wouldn't give you a drop of theirs. You stop saying yes just to keep the peace while breaking yourself in the process. Choosing you is not about being careless with others. It's about being careful with yourself. Too many people live their whole lives trying to earn love by overextending, overgiving, and overexplaining. They think selflessness means erasing themselves. It doesn't. It means giving from a place of strength, not depletion. And that strength only comes when you choose your well-being first. Choosing yourself starts with knowing what you need and honoring it without apology. It's eating when you're hungry instead of skipping meals to finish someone else's work. It's resting when you're tired instead of pushing past exhaustion to prove your worth. It's walking away from relationships that hurt you, even if the person says they love you. It's knowing that love without respect is not love, and respect without boundaries is not real. When you choose you, you teach others how to treat you, and the lesson is this: my time matters, my voice matters, my life matters. The world will always have demands. People will always need something from you. And if you're not careful, you'll spend your entire life meeting everyone else's needs while your own dreams starve. Choosing you means pausing to ask, does this align with where I'm going? Does this honor who I am becoming? If the answer is no, you have to be willing to let it go, even if it disappoints people. Disappointment is temporary, but resentment is permanent. Every time you betray yourself to keep someone else happy, you plant a seed of resentment that will grow until it chokes your joy. Choosing you also means trusting yourself. Trusting that your gut is telling you the truth. Trusting that your instincts are not random. They're built from every lesson, every scar, every experience you've had. Too many people silence themselves because they want validation from others before making a move. They wait for permission that will never come. Choosing you means giving yourself that permission. It means taking the trip, starting the project, making the change, not because everyone agrees it's the right time, but because you know it is. This choice will make some people uncomfortable. They'll call you selfish. They'll say you've changed, and they're right. You have. You've decided that your life is not a background role in someone else's story. You've decided that your happiness is not optional. You've decided that being whole is worth more than being liked. And while not everyone will understand, the ones who truly love you will respect it. Because they'll see that when you choose yourself, you show up stronger, clearer, and more alive in every part of your life.